And welcome back to Sable. How is it that Saima manages to contain so much chaos and verve in so small a form? Even now, there's something troublesome being dreamed up behind that mask. I know it. I could ask about catching beetles for that awful little Saima. Do you know about Saima's hiding place? I know she spends a lot of time in the cave under the camp. You could have a look there. Driss asked me a series of increasingly strange questions before I make an excuse to take my leave. Zeki looks concerned. Ilaria, how did you even get up there? That little... Children have no fear. The balloon was more fun than the person in it. I approached the cartographer. Ah, greetings, child. I saw you looking longingly at my great balloon. Quite a piece of work, isn't she? She really is. nod enthusiastically. It really is an impressive vessel. However, nervous I get imagining being up there all alone. I wonder if anyone's ever fallen off of me. Off of one. Best not to ask right now. Wow, good to meet you and... Oh... I should introduce myself. I'm Jordan. I tell him I'm Sable. Suppose if you come all this way to see me, it's probably a map you're after. Eh, Sable? I would love a map. I tell the cartographer I'd love a map. Of course you would. That'll be 50 cuts. To my ears, it's a fair price for a map, but too expensive. For a pre-gliding glider with empty pockets, I tell Jordan I'll be back. I'll need to ask JD for some money. Farewell, child. I tell JD that the cartographer wants 50 cuts for a map of a ever. I try to hedge the way I speak about this, as I'm not entirely sure whether that's too much, not too enough, or besides its value. She tells me not to worry. Here's some money to get you going on your journey. Use it wisely, and then a little unwisely when the mood strikes. It's good to know the value of money, but you never want to be ruled by it. I thank JD effusively and head out of my way. Greetings, child. I'll buy that map. Perfect, let's trade then. I thank Jordan for the Ever map and all its vast possibilities. Something about this makes it feel more real. Good luck on your gliding, Sable. I still remember mine. Ask how it was. Short, I knew, since I was a boy, that cartography was for me, but I spent a little extra time out there, just to enjoy the world. Speaking of, keep an eye on the skies, eh? Plenty of my colleagues out there, and they'll have more maps to sell for you. From Hakka to the Soudic Waste. I thank Jordan for the tip and say goodbye. Farewell, child. I feel embarrassedly vindicated as I hand Saima the beetles, but rather than gloat, she hands me the calibrator and begins to cry. What have I done? You're leaving, and you'll never come back. Comfort her. She blows her nose and then wipes her hand on her tunic. Yara never came back after the last gliding. Aren't you sad? You were her friend. She might visit again someday. I tell Saima that Yara will likely visit one day, just as I will, if I ever should choose another clan. But how will you find us? We'll have moved 1,000,000 times by then. I offer that I will always find the Ibexi, no matter what. Please don't go. I tell Saima not to worry, that I will be back sooner than she knows, and I'm sure she pouts behind her mask. And I add that if I'm not back sooner, that she knows that she will be ready for her gliding by then, and she can come back bother me herself. Promise? I say yes. Good, then I suppose I can come see you off. I thank her and say goodbye for now. When I return to Hilal, it's clear they know what I've just experienced. They're excited on my behalf, in a way that makes me miss them before I've even left. Isn't it incredible? How does it feel? Exciting, true freedom. I tell Hilal hovering is exciting and ramble for a moment about all the things I'll be able to do when I'm out there in the world. Most of them involve me falling on my head and not getting hurt, but I'm sure I'll come up with more in practice. Right, you can do anything you want. Hilal's, Hilal's mood doesn't darken, but the sight they let out holds a bit of sorrow. You're very lucky, you know. I miss it so much, that feeling just floating on the breeze. But I suppose it's best that it fades with age, Or else I might never have come back from my gliding. I'd just be out there heaving myself into chasm. I'll heave myself into chasm for you. I tell Hilal I'll throw myself into 1,000 chasms on their behalf, and they giggle. And that's what I like to hear. I know people manage to keep it up, but I don't know that I've got the time to practice as much as they do. It takes a really serious focus. Hilal laughs, even if there's a bit of regret in it. And I certainly haven't gotten that. Still, I suppose the gliding wouldn't mean much if it were all gains and no loss. I think about that, but decide that there is already too much loss on my mind to consider it much further. I'm saying goodbye to my clan, my family, my home, my childhood. To lose the perpetual is a sacrifice for another time. You're going to love it out there, Sable, even when you don't. My advice, try to have fun. There's a lot to be said about ritual and independence, and all of that out there, but the world's an easier place if you put joy first. I thank Hilal for their advice and for their help, and tell them I'll miss them. It'll be over before you know it. A warning and then a reassurance, all in one. I say goodbye to Hilal. Before I go, Hilal gestures toward the tower. It seems Shizo wishes to see me before I leave the clan. Shizo is an outland to the Ibeksi, but I've known her for nearly as long as I can recall, and think of her more as a kind of distant relation than any sort of outsider. Mechanics, I'm told, are given their posts and by their training and their code must go to where they are needed, but Shizo has been among us so long that it's easy to forget it's an assignment first and foremost. As far as any of us are concerned, she's one of us. I think there's a perception among the other clans that the Ibeksi are quite insular, or that our designation of Ibeksi versus outclaimers suggests some nervous othering of those who are unlike us. But in practice, such things are more the result of our nomadic nature. We seek to know who will travel with us and who we must leave behind. But all that are welcome to join. And I'm always pleased that Shizo did. Sable, how do you do, clan child? I can only think of one thing. Better now. that I'm getting a bike. Shizo has a throaty quality to her voice and it rumbles through her mask when she laughs. She's quite a serious person most days, and I'm always torn between pride and alarm when I manage to make her chuckle. Yes, JD told me how excited you were. Shizo sniffs. She also told me Driss would be coming along to get your bike together, but I think he might have... I knew it. What? I hadn't meant to say that out loud, so I tell her I was just clearing my throat. I don't begrudge Driss. His forgetfulness were I tasked with so many odds and ends. I might just be scattered, and besides this will be good for you. I want you to scavenge the hover bike parts yourself. I'm going to make my own hover bike. I asked Shizo if I'm expected to make my own hover bike. No, you're not going to make your own hover bike, you're going to build your own hover bike. Of course. The make suggests you are creating something, but your bike already exists. They simply haven't taken form yet. Here, take this. Shizo hands me something. This is a navigator. You can use it to mark waypoints on your compass. It should be useful in finding the old parts. Ask Shizo where I might start looking. Our bikes are reborn in the ruined ships in fragments and spread apart. A good start will be the ship down there near the camp. You'll find another up on the great rock near the other side of the canyon. And another behind the old dam on the hill. Use your navigator to mark that down if you need. You'll need to gather a control panel, a power supply, and a calibrator. I'll be back before you know it. Attach Shizo, I'll see her soon, and head off in search of components. Together we will create something new out of the old. I return to Shizo with the parts, and it's as she weaves me over that I feel a pang of sadness in my chest. When we will see when will I see her again once I'm gone? Well done, Sable. Yes, this is everything we need. Are you ready to assemble a bike of your own? I'm ready. Shizo relaxes in the workshop. It isn't that she is particularly rigid or anxious ordinarily, but there's a certain calm beauty that one truly appreciates when Shizo is in her element. I wonder if it's this way of all mechanists. What you must understand, Sable, is that the components you acquire, they fit together. Not by chance, not by effort, but by nature. They belong to her. They have always belonged to her. We're all doing All we're doing is assembling her from what she has already been. I nod and feel a soft buzzing in my ears. Among my clan, we believe that the machines have names held for ages, like deep secrets, unheard by those unequipped to listen. We will find this one's name together. Listen. Shizo tilts her head a moment, leaning closer to Simoon. All at once, I know the hoverbike's name, Simoon. I say it in a whisper to let Shizo know. Simoon. Simoon. Well done, Sable. What sort of name is that? Ask Shizo what sort of name it is, and if it speaks to any particular clan or culture. If it does, then I do not know it. Perhaps you will find out on your journey. Shizo shrugs mostly to herself. Or perhaps you won't, but I hardly think it matters. You are bonded all the same. I tell Simoon that I'm eager to know her better, and Shizo looks quite proudly at both of us. You are ready then, for the gliding. May all the gods turn their faces from you, Sable. An odd blessing, perhaps, but Shizo is prone to such things, and I can read her in a tone that it was meant quite sweetly. You must learn to listen to Simoon, to care for her. Seek out my fellow mechanics on your travels, Sable. They will teach you the art of machine whispering. Oh, and here, take this. It's a machinist's badge. You'll meet plenty of my ilk on your gliding. Show them your worth and they'll give you more badges. I thank Shizo twice for good measure and give a bow. I'm ready. I return to JD with a new lightness, and it makes the weight of my departure feel heavier still. What a strange day. Sable, is that a badge you got there? Shizo gave it to me. I tell JD that Shizo gave me the badge. Then you must have earned it. Well done. I give a bow of thanks. Well, Sable, if you keep this up, you'll be headed for the mask caster in no time. I try to think about it, going to a mask caster, but it seems impossibly far away. Imagine choosing what I want to be. Imagine choosing what I want to be forever. I know what you're thinking, but don't worry about it. You'll get a plenty of badges when you're out there, and once you've gotten 3 alike, you can trade it in for that mask. Don't feel like your first mask is your final choice. The gliding is about freedom and exploration. I suggest you claim as many masks as you wish. Only at your final ceremony will you be asked to choose one. How will I choose one? You'll have to feel it out, but when you know, you'll know. Now. The tone of her now puts the butterflies back in my stomach. With all of this done, there's only one thing left. It's time then, isn't it? Time to walk through the phase door at the temple of Rohana. There you'll assemble your gliding mask. And go. There are things I wish to convey to JD here. Depths of love and gratitude and fear and worry and hope. And thought. I find myself unable to speak any of it in words. I know she understands. Before you leave, child, I made you these. They are dyed with traditional Ibexi maroon and hope they provide you great comfort out in the desert. When you leave today, you will no longer be Sable, clan child of Ibexi. You will be simply Sable, and the rest will come. But no matter what you are, no matter where your journey takes you, I will always know you. I will always love you. And I will always see you again. I don't know where my journey will end, but I know where it must begin. And I'm ready.